the flight, and on the left-hand side you can see those status panels there. There they are, all green. That's a good sign. Green is go. Now these panels are reflecting the status of all the systems across the base which send their red green signal to those panels, and before the launch all eyes are on those panels. In fact, everybody across the range. And the range is the ensemble of buildings here at the Guyana Space Centre, and that includes the tracking stations dotted along the flight path. Now, these operations are being watched over by the teams in here at the Launch Control Centre. These guys and girls are 1 kilometre roughly from the pad in a specially protected building. Several different teams in here. One of them responsible for the operations on the ground, coordinating with mission control for final authorization to launch. We have another team which is responsible for the flight readiness of the vehicle, overseeing operations from assembly of the launcher to the moment of launch. Just under 2 minutes to launch. You can see this is the fairing. Our satellite is in there. Vega is standing tall on the pad. We have 3 working launch zones here at the Guyana Space Centre. 1 for each of our 3 rockets. And this is the Vega launch site. It was built on the first Ariane launch pad. That was Ariane 1. Lifted off on the 24th of December 1979, and you can see here all the invited guests who were inside the Mission Control Centre now coming out onto the balcony so that they can watch the launch with their own eyes.
À tous de DDO, attention pour moins 1 minute. Top, à 0 moins 1 minute.
And we are 1 minute to launch. Our best wishes to all the teams, to the Mohammed 6B satellite teams and the Kingdom of Morocco, to the Industrial Consortium led by Thales Alenia Space and Airbus, and to the teams on the ground waiting to take charge of their satellite. Good luck, everyone. Let's sit back and watch.
À tous de DDO, attention pour les décomptes finales. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage P80, décollage. La propulsion est nominale. Acquisition de la télémesure par la station de Saint-Jean.
They are off. The Mohammed 6B satellite is on its way. It started its journey. Vega, flight number 13, blazing a trail across the equatorial skies over the Guyana Space Centre. He's telling us that everything on board is going according to plan. Right now, Vega is pushing itself away from the pull of our Earth. Gravity makes us stick to our planet, but it also makes it hard to leave. And we need an awful lot of firepower to do that.
La propulsion est nominale.
Getting deeper and deeper into space. We're burning the engine on the P80, the first stage.
Séparation P80.
And we saw it burn out there and separate. We actually saw that with our own eyes. And we had that confirmed by the range operations manager, who has also confirmed that we've now switched on the next engine, the Z23. Z for Zafiro, an Italian wind type of wind, rather like the Sirocco or the Mistral. 23, because it burns 23 tons of propellant. Our altitude on the bottom left, he's telling us everything's going normally. Altitude, we are 83 kilometers above the Earth. Can you see it there? And our speed on the bottom right is 3 kilometers per second. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's fast, and we will be going faster. Our trajectory on the top right-hand side is the planned trajectory. The curve is a simulated curve, and the cross is the actual position of the launch vehicle. We've gone above the 100-kilometer mark above our planet. That means we're now entering space. That's the border with space. And if you look at our image on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see that nose of the vehicle that we were talking about earlier. That is the fairing, we call it, protecting the satellite from the rigors of the launch. This is the scheduled moment, and indeed confirmation that the Z23 stage has now burnt out and had been jettisoned.
Allumage Z9.
And we've switched on the Z9.
Largage de la coiffe.
And we have jettisoned the fairing. We don't need it anymore. We are in space. There's hardly any friction. And we can see our satellite for the first time. There it is on the right side of the rocket, the gold structure. It's all folded up for now, and later it'll unfold its solar panels once it's separated, just like a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis and unfolding its wings. The Vega launcher is built in Italy by Avio. Here is the CEO, Giulio Ranzo.
The Vega launcher is the smallest of the European launchers operated by Arianespace. It has set the world record in terms of precision and reliability, with 12 perfect launches in a row from the maiden flight. I am now in our plant in Colleferro, where we are developing Vega C, which will fly for the first time in 2019. For Vega C, we successfully tested the new second stage, Zefiro 40, and P120C, which will be used as the first stage for both Vega C and Ariane 6. Behind me, you see the new interstage structure for Vega C, which is manufactured with a revolutionary anisogrid composite material technology. At the same time, we are working also on a new version of Vega, Vega E, which will fly for the first time in 2024. Last week, we tested a technology demonstrator M10, the new cryogenic methane engine for Vega E. The Avio team, together with its industrial partners and Arianespace and ESA, are ready to demonstrate once again the strength of Europe's collaboration in the space industry. I therefore wish the best success to the 13th mission of Vega.
La trajectoire est nominale.
Vega is particularly well suited to launching Earth observation satellites. Those are satellites which collect vital information about our planet. Things like helping us to better understand Earth's environment and atmosphere. Indeed, this is the 15th Earth observation satellite to travel on board Vega, and we have 11 more in the Arianespace order book.
Séparation du Z9.
So the Z9 has now switched its engine off and been jettisoned, losing weight all the time. And what we're looking at here is the upper stage, the AVM upper stage. The main propulsion phase is now finished. We've got away from Earth. And there's our flight path. Galileo is
Acquisition de la télémesure pour la station de Bermude.
So we have acquisition of signal at the Bermuda tracking station. So Galileo was our first tracking station in the Guyana Space Center. And then we're heading north. We've picked up the signal in Bermuda. And the next one after that will be St. Hubert, which is in Canada. We are using telemetry to track the vehicle. Vega is sending information to those ground stations along its flight path, and then they send that data to the teams here at the Guyana Space Center. And that allows everybody, well, certainly the teams in the CVI who will be visiting later, to monitor the flight in real time. Looking here at the AVM upper stage, on the left-hand side, the white cone, and that's what's left of our rocket.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
This is the scheduled moment.
Premier allumage de la VOOM.
And it has been confirmed. The AVM upper stage has switched on its engine for its first burn. So we've really started the next phase of the journey. AVM has taken the wheel. Its job is to deliver our satellite to its required drop-off point in space. Once it does that, the Mohammed 6B satellite will be able to join...
Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. Le pilotage est calme.
All going well. It'll be able to join its twin, the Mohammed 6A satellite, as the second satellite in Morocco's Earth observation program. The first satellite has already been performing flawlessly since Arianespace launched it a year ago. Morocco is a modern society and truly magnificent.